cannot have Christianity unless you talk about grace. All right? So imagine if you're going 100 miles an hour in a 40. Come up over a hill, there's a cop, he's going to pull you over. You know it's not good news, right? And it's not like you're just going a little bit over. You're going way over. You may lose your license. You may have to take driving school, whatever. Huge ticket, right? So the cop pulls you over. Now, it would be justice. It'd be justified if he gave you a ticket. Probably even more than that. If he pulled up and said, okay, you deserve this ticket, but I'm not going to give it to you, that would be mercy. He's showing you mercy, right? But grace would be if he gives you a ticket, say, here's a $400 ticket. Oh, but by the way, here's the $400 to pay for it. So that's the analogy. That is the difference between, or it's how you can explain justice, mercy, and grace. Something that, like, you deserve the ticket, right? But it was paid for. This may surprise some of you, but like when someone asks me if I'm religious, I usually say no, or I ask them, like, what do you mean by religious? Because if it's the way that I think you mean it, I'm going to say no. In fact, all through my social media and my profiles, I always put Christ follower instead of Christian. Doesn't mean you have to do that, but I do that because even the word Christian has so many negative thoughts towards it. But if you think about who did Jesus get the most upset with in his life, it was the religious people. It wasn't like he always befriended the sinner. He befriended the people that pursued after him, and no matter who he met in the crowd, but he was getting upset with the religious people. And I think the reason is they were so obsessed with their customs and laws, regulations and all that. Like, I can't say that I'm a religious person. I follow Christ as best that I can. But that's how I've kind of answered that question before. Try to remember this quote. Jesus did not come to earth to make you good. He came to give you life. There's a big difference, right? So many people think it's just, well, he came here and he showed us how to live, and we got to follow these rules, and if so, this will happen. He came to give you life. He did not come to make bad people into good people. He came to make people who are spiritually dead, spiritually alive. How many of you watch the show The Voice? A lot of people, right? Pretty good show. A lot of people watch. It's on like 6 times a year, I think. But the whole premise of the show, and I've heard this said before, that there's a lot of people that treat God like the show The Voice. They think that at the beginning of the show, when they're all turned around, their backs are turned, and it's like, if you sing well enough, we'll turn around. You can be on our team. A lot of people think God is like that. If I live well enough, if I act well enough, if I check off all these things, maybe, just maybe, God will turn around and he'll love me. So, the Bible teaches that one sin separates you from God. You know the drill. So it's like, we turn our back from God. We turn our back from God every time we sin. The problem is people think that as they continue to sin, and especially as they get older, they continue to get further and further away. And they act like God just kind of stays over here. And there's a lot of people, you can talk about that. You can go different people I've talked to that have said these words, that I think I've done too much wrong for God to love me. Like, I haven't followed him my whole life. They think this gap is just getting further and further apart no matter what. And God's just over here because he's in heaven, and we just keep getting further and further away. The truth is, if you believe the gospel, God pursues us, he pursues us, he pursues us, even though we've messed up. He says, turn around. This is what repent means, turn around. Look to God, and then, one of those words that Jesus says many times, follow me. So then it's like, all right, let's go back, follow me. Good job. It's 2 for 2. God is pursuing us. He is pursuing us. He says, turn around, repent, turn, and then follow me. Not to religion, not to perfection. We got a thing on the wall over that says progress over perfection. That's what God's looking for. Progress over perfection.